Hey guys, Matt here from the Traveling Together Journal, bringing you another camper build update. In previous videos, you've watched me build a custom pop-up camper out of wood, foam, fiberglass, and epoxy resin, and installed a solar electrical system and fresh water system. Now I am going to install drawers in the camper, starting with the space at the front of the camper underneath the bed. I am using scrap 3/8" plywood left over from when I built the countertops and cab over. I cut the material to size and use exterior grade wood glue and finishing nails to hold the pieces together. I use scrap 5mm plywood to make the drawer bottoms and attach them with exterior grade wood glue and nails as well. The drawers are mounted in the camper with drawer slides through bolted to the drawers and to the camper walls. This process was repeated for each of the drawers in this area, with adjustments made to the dimensions of each drawer to use the space best without encroaching on the electrical system. Next, I wanted to have a couple of drawers under the sink. I ran out of scrap 3/8" plywood, so I grabbed a dresser I found dumped in a parking lot and reused the sides of the drawers to assemble boxes that fit my space. The sides are glued and screwed together, and they already have a groove cut into them that fit the 5mm plywood I was using as my drawer bottoms, so I just cut out the drawer bottom and glued it in place. I screwed the drawer slides onto the sides of the drawer and through bolted the drawer slides into the camper walls. To hold the drawers closed while driving, I modified some bolt latches and catches to fit in my tight space. When everything seemed to be working properly, I removed the drawers and coated them in a combination of leftover paint and polyurethane. Then I reassembled everything with Sikaflex 221 caulking anywhere the hardware entered wood. With the drawers finished up, I turned my attention to the stove. Our 2-burner propane stove is a bit tired looking, but the burners are still working well, so I cleaned it up and replaced the rusted apart hinges with some random hardware that I had kicking around the shop. I didn't want to have to set the stove up or store it away somewhere every time we broke camp, so I dismantled the stove and used some scrap aluminum to add tabs off either side of the stove. I then drilled a couple of holes through the driver's side countertop and used epoxy resin and fiberglass to seal the wood and to install T-nuts in each hole. I got a silicone mat to go underneath the stove to protect the countertop from wear or heat. The stove can now be secured to the countertop with a couple of thumb screws, and it can be easily removed if I want to cook outside or clean around the stove. At this point, I finally got around to coating the interior with polyurethane to provide some UV protection for the epoxy resin. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and join me next time for an exciting toilet installation.